All my life I've been with intellect, but the flow is like incest with degenerates. Fucking stupidifying of interest as I interject. I'm moonwalking my boots footsteps when I'm on set.
Oh, hello there. Welcome to the Modern Rejects Podcast. This is Nick, your host, as always. Episode 51, YouTube, Modern Rejects Podcast, SoundCloud, Modern Rejects Podcast. If you can, if you're on the YouTube, go hit the subscribe button, please, and thank you. And if you're on the SoundCloud, tap that follow button. We post on the SoundCloud every Monday and on the YouTube every Wednesday. Episode 51, Nick Vivar. I'm here. A piece of me is here and a piece of me is not here. My growing, I'll break it down for you. Played in the softball tournament. Today's Sunday. Played in the softball tournament on Saturday. Played about 8 games. And let me tell you something. Daddy's not what he used to be. Okay? Daddy needs a little stretch. Daddy needs a little trainer to follow him around and stretch him out like his name's Antonio Brown. I play in the... you can see my hair's a mess. Just got the shower from my last game. But... playing softball yesterday, I thought, I could just run around like it was nobody's business and not have to pay the consequences the next day. But motherfucker, I wake up today and my groin feels like someone yanked it out of me, fucking played hopscotch with it, played jump rope with it, threw it back on my leg, and then attached it to my asshole because now my groin is fucking killing me. And every time I walk, it feels like there's a string from my asshole to my groin. Now, is that a prostate problem? I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I have to look into that. I played 8 games yesterday. I wake up this morning fucking sore as a horse running a 5-mile marathon. Makes no sense, but you'll see what I'm saying. I wake up this morning, my fucking body's killing me. I go to my softball game today, and I thought I could just, strap the glove on and start throwing fucking balls from shortstop like I'm Derek Jeter in his prime. I throw the first ball from shortstop, and let me tell you, my fucking arm vibrated from my fingertips to my shoulder. I've never, I've been playing baseball since I was little bitty. Just a little man in this cruel world. And I've never felt this sensation in my arm. But when I threw it, it just vibrated my fucking arm like I can't even tell you. Then I come up to bat. Hit me a nice little single. I'm rounding second, trying to extend the at bat to a double. I slide into second base. I pop up like I'm fucking Ian Kinsler. And my groin, like I said, is attached to my asshole. And it is not a good feeling. So needless to say, Papa's not what he used to be. Papa needs to stretch. Let's just say that. Today's Sunday. The Cowboys are playing right now. I'm recording it. Okay? Shout out to the Cowboys, 3-0. We will be 4-0 by the end of this game. If I'm incorrect, then I'm just another Cowboys fan. I got into this conversation yesterday about if you could suck your own dick, would you suck it? For a man that's listening to this right now and you just heard the words coming out of my mouth, yes, I did say, if you could suck your own dick, would you suck it? And you were going to sit there, or if you're listening to this or watching this with one of your friends or your friends, and y'all just looked at each other and y'all were like, did this dude really just say, if you could suck your own dick, would you suck it? You motherfuckers know that thought has came across your mind once or twice. And if you were going to sit here and look at me say this and act like you ain't tried to do it, you are a liar. All right? You're a fucking liar. I got into conversation with a couple friends last night about this. topic. And at first, everybody was a little like, oh, no. But then at the end of the conversation, everybody was like, yeah, I mean, I tried it once. Hey, we've all fucking tried it. I know this for a fucking fact. Now, have I tried it? Of course. Could I make it? No, because I don't have a horse cock. This is just one of those things where if you could do it, you could do it, but you wouldn't tell nobody. So, let's not sit here and act like we haven't gandered the situation just a little bit. Just stick your toe into the water, see how warm it is, see if it's warm, see if it's cold. The thing is Marilyn Manson has the legend has it that he got a rib taken out so he could suck his own dick. Now, here's my question to this whole situation. Is sucking your own dick homophobic or is it not homophobic? If you're going to ask me personally, I think it is not homophobic whatsoever. Yes, you are sucking a dick, but it is your own. So I think, that's just self-masturbation if you ask me. I'm not a homophobic guy. I'm the farthest thing from that. But there's probably some people out there that it's a little homophobic, and I'm gonna have to disagree with you, my friend. This is one of those things where, you're gonna put your hand on your meats, and you're gonna bust a nuts all over yourself. You're basically liquidating on yourself. That's what you're doing. You're basically stroking and liquidating all over your body. But you're not going to put it, I'm not going to go too detail with this, but I don't think it's homophobic. If you wanted to do it, do it. You know what I'm saying? Don't let these people out here tell you that they never thought about it, act like it's a homophobic thing or anything like that, because let me tell you, it's not, my friends. I think that's something that you need to keep to yourself if you do it, though. Have I almost pulled? Have I looked into the surgery to pull your rib out? Yes. Am I gonna do that? No. Is it too expensive? Yes. If it was cheap, would I do it? Maybe. All right. That's the end of that conversation. I'm driving to my softball game, and I pull up to the stoplight next to this car next to me, and I look over my left, and it's this like the cutest dog you ever seen in the world, right? This little pup staring out the window, and at first it looked like a human, so I kind of squinted my eyes, and it was just a dog looking at me. The guy rolls down the window, and he looks at me, and he goes, "He just wanted to say hi to you." And I'm like, yeah. Anyways, we got into a conversation at the stoplight. Right? We're at a stoplight. I don't know this man. We get into a whole conversation like I've known this guy for 25 years, and just got to talking about dogs and whatnot. The light's going off, and he goes, "Hey man, you have a good day." I said, "No man, you have a good day." And it's crazy because I've been to New York, I've been to Boston. Other states. And let me tell you, when people tell you the stereotype that Texans are way nicer than, New Yorkers or people out in Boston, they are 100% correct. This is not a myth. This is not, a legend to be untold. It is told, my friends. People that live in Texas are 10 times fucking nicer than people that live in New York. I've been to New York. All right, it is a fucking dirty, scary-ass place, okay? Even when the sun's out, it is still dirty. My first experience in New York, I get on the subway, right? And, that's the thing about New York, right? Is, you think New York City, you think subways, okay? And for those people that don't know what I'm talking about subway trains, not you motherfuckers out there thinking about subway, literally. Which, though, Subway does sound pretty good right now. I'm talking about subway trains. First experience in New York. I get to New York, right? I'm a young buck. I'm like 13, 14 years old. And I get on the subway train. As soon as the doors close, boom, doors close. This lady gets up. She goes, all right. Starts limping. She got like a cane and shit. She had a cane in one hand, limping, and then a fucking bag in the other hand. She goes, all right. I immediately look at my dad and I go, we're getting fucking robbed. Like she's got a gun and we're all getting fucking robbed. And this is the thing about the subway trains. There's no fucking cameras in there. As far as when I was there, there's no cameras in there. Anything can go down in that motherfucker, and there's no cops. There's no, it's everybody. It's Samaritans for themselves. And like I said, New Yorkers are not as nice as the people in Texas. So if something were to happen here in Texas, everybody would jump in. In New York, everybody kind of minds their own business. They're like, hey, man, he's going to beat the shit out of you, and I'm just going to watch it. So the lady goes, all right, I've been living on the streets with my family. My husband's in a wheelchair. I got 3 kids. They haven't eaten in days. Our house burnt down. We got nowhere to go. I'm looking for donations. So if you want to put anything in this bag, I'm going to walk by, and we'd really appreciate it if you put some money in. I just bought some fucking $5 shades from one of the little kiosks. And back then, $5 shades, you was balling, son. I mean, you was big balling with some $5 shades on when you was little. And so I immediately take my shades off, put them in my fucking pocket. And I just I kind of lean back like, oh my God, she's going to fucking steal my glasses. And I'm going to have to fight this lady. Remind you, I'm 13 years old. I'm like, I gotta fight this lady if she grabs my fucking glasses. Anyways, she walks by and just stares me down, man. Just stares me down like this. Just looks at me like I'm just the biggest piece of shit in the world because I didn't donate no money to her little fire fund. Do I believe her? No. Is that wrong of me? Maybe. Did I have money to give her? No. I'm a young buck in these streets. I thought I was born with some $5 shades on, baby. You know what I'm saying? But that just goes to show that, if, we don't even have subways in Texas. We got the Dallas trains and all that shit, but if she really wants to make some business, save up her money, come down here, and you'll make fucking $2,000 a day on the streets. Motherfuckers just giving you money. So, Texans, stay nice. New Yorkers, stay fucking rude. I don't know. Whatever. All I know is go Cowboys, baby. I'm on Instagram the other day, and I keep coming across these eye makeup photos of these girls. They put makeup on their eyelids and shit like that, whatever. The basic shading on the eyelids I think is cool, but I've been thinking about it, and the eye makeup that you put on your eyes, the orangish kind, like it's like orangish brown, always like orange, red, yellow, green. It's like a whole bunch of shit, right? When they put that on their eyelids, am I the only one who thinks that it looks like the inside of an asshole? I mean, I'm not a big fan of makeup, period, but when you put eye makeup on like that, it literally looks like the inside of an asshole. Nick, how do you know what the inside of an asshole looks like? Hey, you know what the inside of an asshole looks like. Don't play games with me. I don't think it looks cool. I don't think it looks good. I think it looks foolish. It looks real foolish. And I've had enough with the inside asshole makeup. That's what it's called. From now on, it's called the inside asshole makeup. When you put the orange tint right on the eyelid. You look, what are you, a gypsy? Hey, you a gypsy? because you act like one and you look like one with the inside of your asshole makeup on your eyelids. We need to stop this fucking nonsense. Okay? Enough with the inside of the asshole fucking makeup. The inside tint, like that's, like the basic shading on the eyelids. Cool beans. Cool beans. Cool beans. Cool beans. But, it's like, here's my thing with makeup. Is some, hey, I'm going to try to say this without being too rude. But some of y'all be caking that shit on, man. I mean, literally caking it on. If you watch a baker make a cake, right? They you get your eggs, your milk, and they fluff it up. Now you got your base. When you see them dig into that icing bucket and then they smear it on the cake, that's basically what you're doing to your face. And like the thing is it's the summertime. We're in the couple days in the fall, but it's still hot as dick and balls outside. So when you go outside, that makeup you put on, this looks like fucking icing you got from Walmart. You might as well go to Walmart, get icing, and then smack it right on your face. Because when you start sweating, I could literally get my finger, swipe it across your forehead, and go like this. Just lick it right off. Because it looks like cake. And you're all greasy. It's untelling, man. Mix that with some inside of the asshole makeup on your eyelids, and we get a whole different fucking ball game. Now we got a gypsy that's sweating her ass off in the summertime, and it is just not a good fucking sight to see. Everybody's out here freaking out, talking about impeaching Trump and shit. But if we're gonna sit here and act like Trump's not gonna be president next year, whatever, minds, my friends. He's a mastermind. He is someone that you cannot tell something to. He's one of those guys where you could it would literally be like sunny as hell outside. It'd be like sunny, 95 degrees, and you'd be like, "Damn, it's sunny and 95 degrees." And he'd go, "Nope, it's raining." And you're like, "What did you fucking say?" He'd be like, "It's raining outside," and you go, "No, Donald, it's actually 95 and sunny outside." And he'd go, "No, it's raining." And then at one point he would say it so much to you and just fucking play mind games with you, you'd be like, "Oh, it is raining." It's one of those things, man. So I'm not gonna talk about this guy too much because I'm not the best candidate for this type of talk. But if we're gonna act like he's gonna be impeached, then we're out of our fucking mind. I was thinking about the other day. Shout out to Charlemagne the God. He's a real big dude on mental health and stuff like that, and just like pointing at your anxieties and all stuff like that. And I heard something the other day. They're like we wouldn't. They're like back then we didn't. Nobody had anxiety and no one had any of this bullshit we had now. And I started kind of thinking about that, and like I'm kind of thinking like I feel like back then they had way more anxiety than they do now, because you had way more, like the living back then was like 10 times harder than it was now. Like now we kind of got our shit easy now, and it's kind of stuff that like we don't have to do as much work to get whatever we want. We can kind of just go fucking get it. Back then you actually had to go through all the bullshit to get it. And that's when I started thinking about, I think they had 10 times more anxiety back in the day than they do now. There was never just a word you could put on it, right? Because a couple years ago, I'd get those feelings, like if something, I would just get those bad feelings of like anxiety and like depression, but you always tell like not to talk about it and shit like that. But I think the reason that more and more people are coming out about mental health and anxiety and all that shit is because now we actually have a name to put on it. we never had a name to put on it back then. Only name we had to put on it was, oh, you're being a pussy, or you need to suck it up and deal with it. And some things that some people complain about and call anxiety is a little bit like, hey man, you just need to deal with that shit. And most of the times it's really a fucking case of anxiety and shit. So that was just a fucking thought that popped in my head the other day. I just fucking seen this French guy, French Spider-Man scales 502-foot building. See the video. I'm gonna click on this damn video, man. Look, my whole thing with like this climb, like you got to be one crazed motherfucker to climb a building with no fucking rope, man. Like you are nuts. There's this movie called Free Solo, and this guy climbs the biggest mountain in the world without a harness on him. Yeah, I'm watching the video. This dude is literally climbing up a scale building. He's basically just climbing the pole. Like, how fucking nuts do you gotta be? It took Alan Robert 20 minutes to climb the 502-foot building. Hey, Alan. Oh, God, they just showed up. I'm gonna put his picture right here. His name's Alan Robert. Hey, Alan, you look like you do fucking heroin and you climb walls, dog. I really think Alan does heroin and climbs fucking walls. I mean, are you nuts, my friend? The building he climbed is literally called Skype here. He was detained by police on his recent robbery. I'm sorry. He was detained by police on his decent. Robert has climbed many of the world's tallest buildings, often without permission. Robert, my friend, you cannot climb these fucking buildings because they're going to think that you're trying to fucking commit suicide at the very top. This is basically a suicide mission. I mean, what are you doing, Robert? You're literally doing heroin and then climbing fucking walls, man. I mean, he's got the whole wetsuit on type shit, the tight pants. Dude, I get 20 feet in the air and I'm already shitting my pants. I couldn't even imagine this shit. Like, fuck me. This is how Robert sounds. I was climbing building and, I did heroin before and I never thought that it would end up like this. Dude, this dude literally climbs the fucking building. As soon as he gets down, the fucking cops arrest him. It's like, who wakes up and goes, hey, you know what? I'm going to go climb this fucking building. I know the cops are going to arrest me, but fuck it, because I got the money to get out because, I can just use my fucking heroin money and I'll be good. Robert, get a new fucking hobby, man. Well, my friends, I'm going to have to cut this one short today. Wish I could talk to you more. If you could follow us on the Modern Rejects Podcast, we'd appreciate that. Next week, we have a full fucking studio, baby. A full studio. Pat's coming in, Colton's coming in, Chill's coming in, and myself. It's going to be a good podcast. So tune in for that. And if you can, subscribe to the SoundCloud and subscribe to the YouTube. We'd appreciate you and we'd be much obliged to have you do that. As always, this is Nic Vivar, the Modern Rejects Podcast, episode 51. I hope this is episode 51. I sound like a dumbass. But episode 51, I will see you next week. Thank you so much for listening. Peace.
All my life I've been with intellect, but the flow is like incest with degenerates. Fucking stupid and fine of interest as I interject. I moonwalk in my boots, footsteps when I'm on set. Smooth predator boarding the mothership for conquest, cause I'm next.